Hello, and welcome to Magic Box Storytime. My name is Lottie, and today I am going to read you a story. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy The Tale of the Lost and Found, Chapter 1. The Office. Linda was bored. She was sitting at her desk in the office of the Lost and Found, staring down at her clipboard. The sky outside was grey. Her clipboard was grey. The desk was grey. The walls of the office were a lighter grey than the desk and the clipboard, but they were still full of extremely grey greyness. Linda felt like her whole world was turning grey, in fact, since she'd lost her job as a finder and been moved to desk work. She heard the door open, and without looking up, she said the thing she always said when someone visited the office. "Welcome to the office of Lost and Found. My name's Linda. I'm here to help." She said it in a flat way because she had that kind of voice. Nothing to do with the greyness. She was just born with it. Someone said, "Hello." Well, not someone, some people. Quite a few people, actually. Certainly more than Linda was expecting, and she jumped, looked up and said, "Oh, my giddy aunt." In front of her desk stood a group of young folk. This was another surprise. Usually the office of the Lost and Found had one visitor a day who tended to turn up at about 4:30 in the afternoon and was always rather old. Also, they were always there because they had lost their bus pass. Linda had lost count of how many bus passes she had handed back to rather old people at 4:30 in the afternoon. But these people in front of her weren't at all old and had entered Linda's office at 10:15 in the morning. Linda was so shocked. She said the first thing that came into her head. "There's an hour wait," she said. She didn't know why she said it. It was just that she wasn't used to doing anything much until about 4:30, apart from staring at her clipboard. And today she'd only been staring at it for 15 minutes so far, which, compared to other days, didn't seem long enough, staring-wise. She looked at the person at the front of the group. "Happy to wait?" she smiled. He smiled and nodded. She looked at the person just behind him. "Happy to wait?" she said to that person, who also smiled and nodded. Linda looked at the whole gang. "Happy to wait?" she asked them. They smiled and nodded too. They were a polite little bunch. Linda showed them her clipboard. "Paperwork," she said. "Always so much paperwork. Always need to log all the things that get lost." The young people continued to smile and nod, but once Linda had explained about all her paperwork, she couldn't think of anything else to say. She looked at her grey walls, a grey desk, grey clipboard. She looked at her grey trousers and grey and charcoal stripy jumper. "I'm actually quite an interesting person," she said. With her Linda voice, the words came out flat, and the thought that these young people might find her a bit dull crossed her mind. She decided just to do her job. Picking up her clipboard, she looked at the person at the front of the group. "Name?" she said. "Luke," he said. Linda filled in a box on the form on the clipboard. She used her own personal biro. It was a blue ink biro. Other people in the office used black ink. Linda liked to be a little bit different. "What have you lost?" she said. Luke opened his mouth to tell her, but just then the grey phone rang. Linda put her clipboard down and picked up the phone. And this is what Luke and the other young people heard her say, flatly. "What have you lost?" "You're through to Linda. Linda at the office of the Lost and Found. Can I help you?" "Oh, yes. A lost Ted. Name of?" Fred. Fred the Ted, is that? Uh-huh. The countess. Oh dear. Yes, Bear Cage Mansion. I do indeed, sir. I do know it. Putting you through to our team of finders right away, sir. She spoke a bit more and then put the phone down and explained the situation to Luke and the other visitors. Our team of finders have all got measles, she said. Looks like I might have to step in and do their job. She looked unsure. But I'm just Linda, she said. I used to be a finder. I loved it. But I kept losing things. Her voice trailed off and she seemed to stare at something up on the grey ceiling. But maybe that's all behind me, she said, suddenly looking back at her visitors. Something in her voice sounded slightly less flat. She picked up the phone again and pressed a grey button. All right, sir, she said. Leave it with me. She put the phone down, took her grey backpack off its grey hook on the grey wall, and from it she pulled out one of those jackets that are such a bright yellowy green that they glow in the dark. Jackets like that are called high-vis jackets. And Linda's high-vis jacket was called Hilda. Linda smiled and gave the jacket a little stroke. Hello, Hilda, she said. Looks like we're back in the game. What game? Said Luke on behalf of his group. Linda turned to face them all. This is a customer announcement, she said. The office of the Lost and Found is now closed. You can wait here until it reopens or... She put Hilda on and zipped her up. You can flippin' well help me find Fred the Ted. Who's that? Said the person behind Luke. Linda frowned. Name? She said. Jenny, said the person. Well, said Linda. Jenny, Luke, assorted young people, listen to this. That was Fred the Ted's dad on the phone. Fred's in danger. Oh, no, said everyone. I know, said Linda. He's been swiped by that crazy countess. You know, Countess Tatiana Nikitedioff. She's taken Fred to her home, Bear Cage Mansion. If we don't find him soon, he'll end up in a glass cage forevermore. How long is that? Asked Jenny. It's forever, said Linda. And then some more. Countess Tatiana's dream is to get hold of every teddy in the land and keep him. Not to cuddle them, no. She'll just lock 'em up and look at them. That's weird, said Luke. Linda nodded. She's a weird lady. Been on our weird list for a while, she said. Luke and Jenny had a short meeting with their young people friends and then told Linda they would all be happy to help her. Most of them had teddies of their own, and they weren't keen on the idea of a mad posh lady getting her mitts on them. Good to have you on board, team, said Linda. Now, listen up. According to our records, Countess Tatiana is from Siberia, so she likes things nice and cold. That's why she built Bear Cage Mansion in the coldest of all the really cold valleys. So we need to stay warm, and when I was a trainee finder, I learnt the best way. Star jumps, running on the spot, and octopus. Octopus? Said Jenny. Octopus, said Linda. Octopus? Said Luke, just to check. Octopus, said Linda. What? Said everyone else. Linda demonstrated a star jump, but they all knew how to do them. Then she showed how to run on the spot, but they could already do that too. Oh, apart from one young person who never ran, only skipped. He had a red anorak on, so if he pops up again later, you'll know who I mean. Finally, Linda octopused for them. They'd never learnt octopusing before. Few have, other than octopi and trainee finders. It's easier if you have 8 arms, but once Linda had shown them a couple of times, they more or less got the hang of it and became very warm indeed. That is the end of chapter 1 of The Tale of the Lost and Found. Next time, we'll find out what happens in chapter 2. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen with Lottie. See you soon. Bye!